Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, this is the National Football League. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Justin Tucker ready to go here. This is going to be a ton of fun. Ravens and Bucks. Here we go from Tampa. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So out come the Bucks now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Second down, Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught. This is White. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
I just know defensively, when you see 3rd and long, you just tell each other, guard the sticks. Don't let them get to the first down line. Anything underneath will make the play. But you have to take care of all responsibilities and know that they swing it out to a back. One-on-one tackles in the open field are critical. And if you miss, sometimes you end up on the wrong side of that first down gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Mayfield finding Otten once more. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Throwing, Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Second and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down. Now Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mayfield on first down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. On the draw, here's White. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Mayfield now. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Reaching up for it, and he's got it. Mike Evans. High in the air to bring it in. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. the touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On second down, here's Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Jackson, options out left. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Off the option, here's Henry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 2nd down and 6 now. As they've got it as we resume action. Now an option play on 2nd down. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, boy, that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit and makes them a little bit less confident.
They go right back to White here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does, but most of the time the quarterback swings the ball away from his body, and in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Now a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll go up the middle with White. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Henry up the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
It's been tough sledding on the ground, but after that first down pickup, they've got to gain a little bit more confidence and feel good about starting a new set of downs, trying to move the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Raven 1st down.
Off the option, here's Henry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now Jackson on 2nd down. This will go to Henry out wide. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. His throw incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And Jackson throwing once more. They set up the screen for Henry. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Jackson now.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Following the interception, Mayfield.
A throw left side, reeled in by the rookie wideout.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw here.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
It's now 3rd down and 7.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Second and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Jackson going to look to do it himself. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Second and 6. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This now a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He completes it right side to White. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw here. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Play fake. Mayfield. Complete right side to Otten. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
This is going to be a corner route to their tight end, and I'll tell you what, it's man coverage, so that makes it hard for a linebacker to stay with him. And he's able to make the catch on the right side of the field and pick up the 1st down.
Now back to the ground game with White. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Flush to his right. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. He'll look to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. After that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the 2nd half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Returning it, Justice Hill. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
First down, here's White. Oh, good move. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. To throw is Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Coming in to put a lick on him was Levante David.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Play action. It's Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
On the option right is Jackson.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now 2nd and 3. Off the option, here's Henry.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
They stay on the ground with White. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Mayfield. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
On 3rd and short, the defense did a really nice job of telling the quarterback, we're not going to give you the short routes and throw it to the sticks. You're going to have to beat us throwing it downfield. What they didn't account for, his legs. He pulls it down and runs for a first down.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 88 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. He continues to be a major factor carrying the football here into the 4th quarter, Charles.
Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the linebacker spots and taking care of the second level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Mayfield to throw it. Open man, it's Palmer. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, first down, right? Easy play, but end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
The decision for Todd Bowles, and he says let's go for it on 4th down. Mayfield. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
They run straight ahead here with White. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Baker going to give it to Irving. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now here come the Ravens.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
At the 26-yard line.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now Jackson on first down. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now it's Jackson.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll start the drive with a give to White.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now a give up the middle. This is White.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20.
108 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.